Okay, here we are looking at my 2013 FLD Harley-Davidson switchback, and I'm going to be making this video to help out some people in regards to a rigid side plate being mounted on the bike and also a flagpole holder that'll mount to the Sissy bar. I tried doing quite a bit of research and seeing if somebody has mounted rigid side plates on their FLD before. Couldn't find anybody who had anything written up, so I decided just to go out and purchase some stuff and you know, see where it took me. And this is a video explaining of where, you know, it went. Harley says that a rigid side plate won't fit on the FLD and you got to buy the portable removable docking kit and go with a removable Sissy bar. Well, okay, yeah. These rigid side plates are the same that come off of a 2007 Super Glide. And they bolt right on. These here bolts are T45, and even though they do have some thread locker compound on them from the factory, they do come out relatively easy. T45 bit, 3/8 drive ratchet, take them out. This chrome beauty piece just comes out and drops down. At that point, you're going to see the black frame rail. Then you're going to see another black piece of steel that's mounted to the fender itself. And up here, there's going to be a bushing. And what I did, just simply, once you get the bolts out, only do one side at a time. Okay? And yes, you can do it on the side stand. You don't have to put the bike up on a jack. You can leave it on the side stand and do this installation. Just pull the bag off, pull the bolts out, pull the beauty ring off, and you slip the side plate down in up against the inside of the frame rail. Now on the back, okay, it'll be between the black frame rail and the black shim piece, I guess is what I'll call it. I forget what Harley calls it. That's mounted to the fender. So you'll have two black pieces. You stick the chrome piece between the two black pieces. Up front here, you've got a bushing. Okay, it's a spacer. Why it's there, I don't know, but it's there. And the bushing, as you can see, is mounted all the way back against the black piece on the fender. So you'll have the frame rail, the rigid side plate, then the bushing, and then this fender spacer, black fender spacer. I'm not sure if it's there, if it has something to do with the reflector or what, but that's how I put mine together, both sides, and they went together well. Of course, you'll put Loctite on the bolts when you put it back on. Last thing you want is your bags falling off when you're going down the road. And just to give you a look at the install from up top, you know, you've got black frame rail, chrome rigid plate, then the black spacer that's mounted to the fender. Up here you will have underneath this chrome piece, you'll have the black frame rail, the chrome rigid plate, the spacer, and then the black spacer that's mounted to the fender. And then just tighten everything down good and tight, and you know, go from there. And that's that portion of the rigid side plates on the FLD. Now let's get over here and start talking about the sissy bar and flagpole setup. I decided to go with what the parts book calls the sissy bar low medallion. As you can see, it's got the wide plate in the back of the sissy bar. Now, I've got two sets of numbers, and I'm kind of confused about this myself, but I'll go over it. The side plates, okay, in the book, number 52856-06. And sure enough, the part number on the box that I got was that same part number. The sissy bar low in the book, the Harley Davidson parts book, was number 52754-04. However, the parts that I got, the part number that was on the box was 52737-94A. Why are they different? I don't know. Backrest pad in the book, 5261295. And that is the same number that was on the book, or on the box when I got the box. So why two different part numbers for the actual sissy bar low? I don't know. But everything, I just simply walked into a Harley Davidson shop and told them I wanted the complete setup for a 2007 Super Glide. Rigid side plates, sissy bar, and the black pad. Now, when it comes to the flagpole, you know, I decided to mount a flagpole holder on my bike. What I did was simply went out and got two, but I'm only going to mount one, stainless steel fishing pole holders, and these are called a rail mount. These are meant to bolt onto a bow rail or a transom rail, and then you just simply stick your fishing pole in there, and then you have a stainless steel fishing pole holder. What I decided to do was use a fishing pole holder for my flag mount on my Harley. What you do, quite simply, is you will take this piece here off of your stainless steel fishing pole holder, and then you will vice clamp it to this back plate, okay, like how I have here. And then this will give you a template to drill your holes, because what we're going to do is we're going to through bolt that rod holder onto this back plate. Now you got to make sure that wherever you mount this, it's below where this screw goes, because this screw here helps hold on the black pad that goes on, you know, the front side. So you simply line it up to where you need it. I used a pair of dial calipers, you know, and it's all trial and error. Measure it out. Make sure you got it centered. You know, I lined up the bottom OD of the fishing pole mount with the bottom of the plate, which would give me room to get access to this bolt. And then you simply, these are the bolts that it come with. These are 1/4 20. simply take a drill and then drill out, you know, 1/4 inch drill bit, drill out your holes. Okay? Once you get your holes drilled out, I took a bigger drill bit, not even sure what size, doesn't even matter, and then just chamfered the holes on both sides because, you know, when I got done drilling them, it left a pretty big burr there, so I just chamfered a little bit so everything's nice and smooth. And then what we do at that point is this whole unit here, okay? Will mount to the back of the sissy bar just like that. And then this will be, you know, where the flagpole goes in. Now, a couple things you got to do. These bolts are way too long for this application. These bolts will bottom out and they won't tighten up. So I went to Lowe's and got stainless steel 1/4 20 by 3/4 bolts. Allen head. I got enough to also use Allen head bolts here where it mounts onto the side plate, the rigid side plate. And I'll also use the Allen head bolt. This here came with a regular Phillips head screwdriver. This is what you get from Harley. That goes in there. But I'm going to change that out. I'll be changing that out with an Allen head simply because once you get this bolted on, it's going to be hard to get anything with a Phillips head in there to tighten that up. But with an Allen head, you'll be able to snake a Allen head in there and tighten up the black rest pad on the bottom. So that's where we're going right now with this project. I'm going to bolt everything together and give you guys a look of what it looks like on the motorcycle. But that's where we are right now. I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, so here we are at the completion of our project. Rigid side plates, sissy bar, and a flagpole mount on a 2013 FLD switchback. Looks pretty good, I think. Get everything bolted up. Once again, all the bolts I converted over to they're 1/4 20 stainless steel button head bolts that take an Allen wrench to screw in. I also got stainless steel washers in here. You know, I put them on everything. The 4 mounting bolts for the sissy bar and these 2 bolts here for the backrest. Everything's solid. The flagpole mount's solid. Shake the whole bike with it. And I'm not expecting any trouble with that. Give you guys another quick look on the rigid side plate. A little pricey project, you know. Got well over 200 bucks into this setup right here. But overall, you know, I'm happy with how it looks. And once we get the weather broken out and get some warm weather, I'll get a flagpole made up. And we'll take it out and see how it actually functions, you know. I'm pretty sure this will work. I don't see why it won't work. But as of this time, I haven't actually test rode it. Normally, that's something else. Normally on my flagpoles, I use 1-inch EMT conduit. But these fishing pole holders are a little bigger, ID, than what I normally make up. And so I'm either going to have to come up with a bigger OD pole that fits in here a little better, or I'm going to have to sleeve this. I'll get some PVC piping and then just make a sleeve. It already has a plastic sleeve in there now that came with it, but I'll just make another plastic sleeve to make that ID smaller, so when if I decide to use 1-inch EMT conduit, I don't have all that slop, you know. Or I'll just see if I just can't find that's got to be about a 2-inch. Yeah, it's close to a 2-inch, you know, aluminum pipe or whatever. But making a flagpole is no big deal. We'll deal with that in the spring. But that's the unit there. Should be plenty good enough to fly the 3x5 off the back of the bike. And just wait for the good weather and take her out and give it a good test run, see how well she handles. Other than that, that's the completion of this project for now. For those of you wondering, can you put rigid sight plates on an FLD? Yes, you can. Can you mount a flagpole holder that looks somewhat decent on it? Well, in my opinion, yes, you can. So that's it. This is my project, and wish you guys the best of luck in your projects going forward. We'll see you later, and goodbye.